but they're away for the top hunter chase of the season. Mr. Smudge and Earth Mover, a past winner, and Sheltering in the maroon jacket. They're the first to kick on at the first fence. Sheltering over ahead. They're racing over the full Gold Cup course and distance here. Sheltering from Earth Mover and Mr. Smudge. Doran's Pride at 14, making his 7th festival appearance. And down! Doran's Pride, a faller. Let's hope he's all right. And Family Business has been brought down, and it looks as though Doran's Pride is injured as they run out to the far side. Sheltering from Earth Mover, Mr. Smudge and Bright Approach, Jabiru and Galway, and then Last Option, last year's winner. We can look back at the landing side, the two jockeys. Richard Harding is up on his feet, and Family Business's rider is being attended to. Meanwhile, Sheltering jumps the next fence, and another one's down at that. Storm Castle has gone at that as they run towards the water jump, and it's Sheltering from Bright Approach, Galway, and then Earth Mover, very handy. On the wide outside is Last Option, but wider still in the blue headgear. There's Storm Castle's rider, Julie Wickens. The next, an open ditch. Sheltering takes it ahead of Earth Mover. Then Bright Approach, Galway. And behind these, Last Option on the outside. Kingscliff, the green cap, in 6th place, well placed early on. And Backsheesh, and then Mr. Smudge as they clear that one. False Tail is not too far away either as they make the top left-hand turn towards another open ditch. Sheltering leads the way for Ireland. Earth Mover, the winner of this race in 1998, in 2nd. Looking towards the rear, spot the differences out the back. Also Our Boy, Viaduct, already under pressure. And looks as though Fair Wind is out the back as well. At the next plane one, Sheltering from Earth Mover and Bright Approach and Kingscliff. They're the leading 4 with Mr. Dow Jones, Galway handy on the outside. Then Last Option and Backsheesh towards the inner, and the green and yellow jacket. Behind these then is False Tail, Mr. Smudge and Mr. Dow Jones wider out in a red cap as they go towards the next plane fence. Behind those, Araminta with County Derry and Ketal as they run downhill to another plain fence. And it's Sheltering then that makes the pace here in the hands of Gordon Elliott. Earth Mover in 2nd, Christian Williams. In 3rd, the grey Bright Approach, Galway, the red and yellow stripes on the outside. Then Kingscliff towards the inside under Richard Young. After these is False Tail, with Last Option still right there. Last Option in the hands of Fiona Needham, 3rd in 1999, won this 12 months ago. County Derry on the left of frame is getting into the race, a green jacket, wide of Mr. Smudge as they go towards the next plain fence. Sheltering lifts off first by 3 lengths to Earth Mover, Kingscliff Bright Approach, then Galway, Last Option, False Tail on their heels, then County Derry a gap to Backsheesh as they jump the fence in front of the stands, and Earth Mover very nearly went there. Well sat, Christian Williams. Worse than midfield, passing the stands. Araminta, Jabiro's off the pace with Mr. Dow Jones, then Ketal and Nar, then Lad, and Spot the Difference, and Fair Wind as they race uphill. And after Fair Wind is Our Boy, Viaduct, and behind these Polaris Flame, and Garolo is right out the back. Getting the run down the back straight, and it's Sheltering that leads them towards this next plain fence. Sheltering over ahead from Earth Mover and Bright Approach, and Kingscliff right there, and County Derry right on their heels as well. And then Last Option from Galway as they take the water jump once again. And they're getting quite strung out. The jumping hasn't been too bad. Often a lot of fallers in this. Looks like Galway's pulling up before this next open ditch. Sheltering from County Derry. The grey Bright Approach. Kingscliff going ominously well. Behind these is Last Option at the next plain fence. Sheltering narrowly this time. Earth Mover, after that mistake, has just dropped off the front 5 as they make the top turn once again. And Sheltering, who's made all the running so far, is going to have his stamina tested here. Kingscliff in second place, County Derry in third, who makes a slight mistake. Bright Approach on the outside, last option with every chance. Then Earth Mover, a gap to spot the difference in JP McManus's colours. They're clear of False Tail and Araminta, and then Catal and Mr. Dow Jones. At the next plain fence, Sheltering got to shrug off this promising young hunter chaser. Kingscliff in second place here, looking a big danger. He's jumped adequately for a horse that's pretty inexperienced. Last option, running another big race at Cheltenham in third. Then Bright Approach, Earth Mover trying to get back in the race from County Derry. Over 4 out, and Kingscliff lands possibly just ahead of Sheltering there. Running down the hill, and Kingscliff takes over here, and it could be another great result for the punters, although it has been a quiet betting race. Kingscliff from Sheltering, last option, then Earth Mover and County Derry over the third last. They are clear of Bright Approach, and then Araminta and Spot the Difference, and racing for the final turn now. It's Richard Young on Kingscliff, kicking clear of Sheltering. Kingscliff, he's only a 6-year-old. What a promising young horse, turning for home. It's Kingscliff, well clear. Last option stays on gamely into second place, and he's beginning to close a bit. Then Sheltering, Earth Mover, Bright Approach, and County Derry. This is the second last fence for Kingscliff. Comes in to take it, rushes through the top. A 10-length leader over last option, plugging away. Bright Approach is third, and Earth Mover doing his level best back in fourth place. But there's nothing to touch Kingscliff. He can jump to last. He's safely over. Kingscliff from last option up the Cheltenham Hill. Earth Mover is third. Bright Approach in fourth place. Kingscliff's getting a little bit tired in the closing stages. They haven't stopped pushing behind, and the post will come hopefully just in time. Kingscliff's lead is being diminished, but he'll hold on. Kingscliff, Bright Approach snatches second. In third is last option. Earth Mover in fourth, followed by County Derry. Then Spot the Difference, Araminta, Sheltering, and then looking back behind Sheltering to Jabiru and Polaris Flame, our boy Mr. Dow Jones, then Catal and Viaduct, and after Viaduct Narthen Lad, and they appear to be the only finishers. Mr. Smudge was pulled up. Kingscliff then has lived up to his reputation here, maintaining his unbeaten record in the highest grade of hunter chasing, in the hands of Richard Young, really capable amateur rider, trained by Sally Allner, the colours of Mr. A.J. Sendell, and really the result not in doubt from the top of the hill. Kingscliff always going well. In the closing stages he got pretty tired up the hill, but it never looked as though they were going to catch him. Second in the end went to Bright Approach, with third last option running another excellent race, and fourth home then was Earth Mover. We've had a roller coaster of emotions here at Cheltenham today, ups and downs. A big drama first time round. And here in front of the stands, Sheltering coming into the fence, and the 14-year-old Doran's Pride, who's been here 6 times before, won a Stayers Hurdle in the hands of Shane Broderick, third in 2 Gold Cups, and he takes a bad fall, and I'm afraid he appeared to be injured.
And Kingscliff wins by 2.5 lengths, and half a length returned the 11-4 favourite. It was 5-2, 9-4 and 2-1 in the offices this morning to touch 3-1 on the course. A rejoicing Richard Young returns on the 11-4 favourite, Kingscliff. The runner-up Bright Approach with a 20-1 chance. Last option, who won it last year, is third today at 16-1. 1 or 2 bookmakers might pay on the fourth Earth Mover a 5-1 chance, but that Kingscliff, the 6th favourite in 24 runnings to win the Foxhunters over 3.25 miles. In the 90s, Elegant Lord, Double Silk and Call Collect. In 83, Eliogarty, and that great hunter Spartan Missile, 9-4 favourite, won this 24 years ago. Kingscliff, 11-4.